Hi, it's Sandy Parker and welcome to Crafting for Almost Everyone. I thought I would do a small haul and then I would turn my haul into one of the things I'm doing with some of the things that I bought at my haul. So I'll show you some things I bought first. I bought this little container of beads, and I have a little girl who's 10 who I'm going to be redoing in our series of making old things new again. I'm going to be making over a cowboy hat that's kind of outdated, and we're going to put new things on it, and I thought I would do some cool safety pins with some beads on it. Then there was another sale that, these are all garage sale things in case you didn't figure that out. There was another garage sale where they had all these really cool things for Halloween, and if you don't know already, I love Halloween and I've got to start making some of my Halloween projects. So then we'll go on to some of the things I'm going to be working on. Well, one of the things that I'm going to be doing today, and more excuse me, more things I bought, haul things. But here's what I'm going to be working on today. If you have been watching or reading my blog is craftingforalmosteveryone.com. If you've been watching or reading that, if you've been watching videos, I have made a card for a friend of ours who broke her hip and had all kinds of problems with it. Well, she's in a nursing home for the recovery period. So I found these at the Dollar Tree. It's called a stationery set, and they only had 2 at my Dollar Tree, but I thought they were really cool. Now, I'm not going to give her these because these are thumbtacks, but these little notes and these tiny little post-it notes and these clips, I thought I would make like a stationery holder with this that I also got at the Dollar Tree because they all match, and I thought it'd be fun to do a little set like that for her. So that is the project I'm going to do after the haul video. I'm going to connect it all to this video. I bought a couple more notepads. I like to cover those with paper. If you've not seen me do those, I like to do that, and I'll do a video of that as well, I'm sure. And then I went to Michael's, and they were having a big sale and clearance yesterday, and yesterday would have been, let's see, well, it would have been Wednesday. I think it's like the 9th or 10th, something like that. Might be a little bit off on that time frame, but I'm going to try and get that date correct and put it on the screen so you know for sure. But they were having a sale, and in the sale they had these 25 paintbrushes for $4, and I thought, you can always use paintbrushes, and what I liked about them is they had short-handled and long-handled brushes, and there's a big variety. I mean, 25 brushes for $4, I thought that was a really good deal. Then they had this welcome, and I wasn't crazy so much about the welcome, but I really like the pumpkin, and I have a wreath that I bought for my project of making something old look new again, and right now it is borderline Christmas / fall. So what I thought I would do is remake it for fall with this pumpkin hanging in the middle of it, and like I said, I don't know about the welcome sign, and then remaking it again for Christmas. So you'll see that in the project I'm doing. Then and that was, I used my 40% off coupon. It was $5.99 before the 40% off, so it wasn't that expensive. Then they had all of these in the 80%, 70, no, wait. Some were 70 and some were 80%. These ones, this is from the 80% off. They had a bunch of these papers that are resist pads. Okay, so I took the weird little plastic pieces off the side so you can see it, and these are all resist that I thought would be neat to do backgrounds with, and it's hard to see, but trust me when I tell you they'll be neat once I put some inks and some spray things. And there were a bunch of different patterns, and I liked it because of the little patterns. And these were $7.99, and I'm pretty sure this was 80% off. And my Michaels had these and a whole bunch of things like them, bigger size, the sprays, all of that kind of stuff. And they were, it was 80% off. So it ended up being, I think, $2 and something. Then they had these coloring pages, and the thing I liked about them is they're very, very hard cardstock. And so they're, I mean, thick, not hard. They're thick cardstock. So I thought I could do all kinds of things with them. And these were, the coloring pages were $2.99. Those were $1.59. That other pad, I lied about that. These were $1.59. So that was, I mean, I think that's a pretty good deal. Then they had these, and I thought, I have a girlfriend who is really into coloring, and my sister's really into coloring. And these are 12 by 12s, and there's one that's butterflies and the one that's just a mandala. And I thought that they would be great for keeping for gifts for birthdays or Christmas, and especially for people who like to color. And they were $2.69, which, I mean, they're already framed. That's a great deal, in my opinion. And I like to give things like that as gifts. Then I was at AC Moore, and I ordered the Koi set of watercolors as a travel set that the Frugal Crafter Lindsay used on a video, and I liked it and thought I would need to play with it. And the only things I ended up buying at AC Moore is I bought some of those chocolates, those melt and pour chocolates, and I'm going to do a video with those because I have a cool thing I make with those, and I thought it'd be fun to do a video of it. Then I also bought these bead-alongs. It's a thing that threads beads, and I'm needing that because I'm going to be starting to do bead things. And then I bought some things from eBay, and one of my girlfriends that I've met through YouTube said she absolutely loved these certain set of brads, and she really, really, really hoards them. And I said, oh, I don't have any of those, I can't send them to you. But there's a bigger set of these that they had as well, and they match, and the bigger ones are cloth. So I didn't lie exactly. I just told her the truth at that moment, because I told her I was going to send her the bigger ones that she wanted. I can't get this open. The cloth ones that she wanted. Well, now I have the little ones that she wanted as well, so I'm going to send her some of those too. Don't tell her. It'll be a surprise. But I thought that would be kind of a fun little surprise for her because she loves them so much. And I thought I would use some in some videos as well. And then they also had matching ribbons that I thought I would send her a few yards of the ribbons that go with them. And then I bought a big, I love taffeta ribbon. You know I don't need it, but I found a really good sale on taffeta ribbon, and so I got some white. And then I didn't have these colors. These are the Stampin' Up! In colors. I think they're the 2014 through 16 or 15 through 17. I don't know what they are, but they're ones I didn't have, and I like to have the stamp pads that match it. I'm looking for the dates on it, but as you know, I'm not that skilled at finding things. So anyway, that's the last thing I bought. And so that was the haul. Now, what I'm going to do next is clean all this up and come back and make something for my friend's mother. And we're going to see her on Saturday. And this is Thursday, so I want to make sure I get that to her and get it done. So that's what I'm doing next. Okay, so we're going to make our pad with the inserts in it. First thing I'm going to do is I'm going to make a matching pen. So I'm taking a PenTel RSVP pen that you get from the Dollar Tree. You get, I think, 5 of them for $1, and they're black. And I cut a piece of the paper, and I'm going to wrap the paper around the pen and then I put some tape on it. My goal here is to make sure that I've got this taped as tape around the pen as much as I can, and still make it so that you can't see the inside working of the pen, if that makes sense. So that's what I did. I bent it all the way around and put tape on it, and then you shove it up into the body of the pen, and you make sure that you can still screw the bottom on like that, and now your pen matches everything else. Can you see that? It's kind of cool. So our pen is done. Now I have the measurements here for our pad. Our pad is 5 inches tall, and then the top is 3/4 of an inch front to back, and then 5 inches down the back. So it makes it a 10 3/4 long piece of paper that you're going to need for this project. And what I've done is I have doubled my paper over to make sure that it's going to be thick, and I'm going to explain that in more detail in a minute. Then the next thing I'm going to do is I've put tear tape on the inside back of this, and this is going to be my piece that I'm going to be putting all of these things on. So I'm going to tape it to this to the other to the backing. So this piece is 5 inches, then the 3/4 inch across the top, and then 3 inches down the back. I didn't make it the whole length of the back because I didn't want it to be overly thick in the back. It needs to be thick, but not overly thick. Hope that makes some sense. If it doesn't, I apologize for that. So then the first thing we're going to do is I'm going to take off one of these pieces of tear tape, because I'm going to get my pokey tool, because I'm going to be putting the pen holder on that side, and it might go into the middle, so I might as well take off the middle piece as well. I'm going to fold these back. Whoops. I know, we'll worry about that later. Okay. Might as well take off all these pieces so that they're out of our way. I can put our paper back. Okay. So the first thing you're going to do is we're going to put our pen holder on it. All I did was I took 1 inch long by, I think this is 2.5 inches long. Hold on, I'm going to make sure. No, it's a 3 inch long. So it's 1 inch high and it's 3 inches long. This is going to be the piece that's going to hold our pen. I put tear tape on the inside. First what I did was I put my pen inside, and I made sure my pen would fit like that. And so then I put some tear tape inside, and now we'll take the backing off that, if I can. If I can't, then, you know, we're stuck. Okay. Then the way I do this is I put my pen in the middle, and I line them up so that they're even, or hopefully even, and then I squeeze them together so that my pen holder will hold the pen, but you can get the pen back out of it. So there's our pen holder. Then what I've done is I've put tear tape on both sides of it, and you'll see the reason for that in a second. But I'm going to take the tear tape off the back, and I'm going to put it about where I think I want it on my back, and I think I'm going to put it right about there, and then the other piece will be fine for now, and we'll make sure our pen, yeah, our pen goes in no problem. Now that sticky was just, oh, I'm stuck to it. It was just too sticky at that one point. Then the next step is I'm going to put my pad down. That's why everything is sticky, because we want to make sure that our pad fits there and is completely stuck. Nope, that's not what I want to do next. Jeez, I almost forgot this. This is our next is the piece that we're going to be putting across that we're going to have everything hanging on. I'm sorry, this is a little bit discombobulated. I'm not sure why I'm not making a lot of sense, but I'll explain this more in a second after I get the backing off of it. And have that little piece of backing there. This is definitely a good project for tear tape because it works so much better than anything else. Okay, so you're going to line up, in our case, we're going to line up our the spots that we made our, trying to do this and talk at the same time. We're lining up the two spots where we had the bends. Jeez, took me all that long to come up with the word bend. We only really care about making sure that this is stuck, that much of it is stuck, because this is the piece we're going to attach things to, and then we have our top flap. So now we have sticky tape down below, and then we have this sticky tape that we're going to tear tape that we're going to take off, and then we can put our piece, or our whatever we're going to call this. We're going to put our, I'm going to remember the name in a minute, our notebook on. I don't know what I was thinking. I was having a moment there. I'm just going to cut off the extra tear tape that I got on that piece. I used a bunch of different papers just because I thought it would be kind of fun and quirky to have more than one kind of paper. You don't have to. You can have all one kind. Okay, now we're getting to the finish line. I've already folded all of my scores in case you didn't figure that out. So I want to make sure I explain that one last time. And then I'm going to put our pad as close to, well, onto our scores. That's the plan anyways. We're going to try and lay them so that they are completely, our pad is completely up against that. Okay. And it's a little bit lopsided, but that's not that big of a deal. And I'll show you why later. But okay, so right now we can put our pen in. So our pen is ready to go and our pad is there. So then the next part is putting in these pieces. And these are all going to have kind of their own areas. I thought what I would do is just put a little tear tape down. Now, coming up with where I put my tear tape, that's another thing. I'm just going to put a little tear tape on the back of this, and a little tear tape on the other little piece. Oh, that's not a piece. That is, weirdly enough, that I think is an eraser. We don't need that. So then these I'm going to just pull off, and we're going to put them, we're going to attach them to the sides of the paper. That was weird. I thought that was that eraser. I actually thought that was a small like pad of tabs. That's what I thought it was a little set of tabs, but it wasn't. It clearly was not. So these are our post-it notes. We're going to put them. We'll put them right there. So now they are stuck to our project. And then I thought what I would do with the clips is I would clip one on this side, fold it down, clip one on this side, fold it down, like that, and then we'll put the last one down here. So then we have basically this piece is going to be our accessory piece. You know, it's where we're going to hold our other pieces of our, we're going to put our other tools. Now we're cooking with something now. Okay, so I didn't think that I wanted to put anything spectacular around this, but then I started thinking about it would look better if we had some kind of a ribbon or something to make it so that it's really held together well. So I thought what I would do with this, because we're going to have a because we have this flap that everything is going to be connected to, I thought what I would do is take our ribbon and just kind of tie it around the center to hold it down, almost like a belly band, only it's a ribbon band. Belly band, we'll call it. And that way our project will all stay together. I'm sorry, I've been so, I'm just not making any sense tonight. I apologize for that. I'm not sure why. I'm just kind of confused. I don't know what the deal is. But the thing that's nice about this kind of a gift is, since she's in an assisted care facility, it makes it so that she doesn't have all of her things with her for the next month. So this will allow her to have just a small little present that gives her the things that she might need. She might need a pen and a pad and some clips and a little set of post-it notes, and there it is. I hope that you didn't get overly confused by it, and if you did, I apologize, and I hope you'll go out to the Dollar Tree and see if they have that set. It is kind of a cute set. I wish this hadn't been an eraser. It would have been a lot more fun if it had been something else, but anyway, and I thought these would have been really fun if they'd been Brad's, but they're not. So anyway, I still think it's worth $1 for the things that I did get, because they're cute and they match and they look, they look good. So I hope you will give this a thumbs up and subscribe. Tell your friends about me on social media. We're on Instagram now. Oh, my finger's got some ink on it. And it's still Crafting for Almost Everyone. And I have a blog that's also craftingforalmosteveryone.com. I hope you'll check that out as well. Thanks so much for watching. Bye-bye.